Shalom, welcome to Rob on the Rock. I'm Rob Vanoff, and today I just wanted to do a quick review of an inscription that was discovered about 10 years ago or so, but has recently been, quote, transliterated and translated by Professor Gershon Galil from Israel, and I wanted to take a little bit of a critical look at it. I hope you enjoy it. So maybe you've heard of this recent inscription decipherment. So the inscription itself you see here was found near the Gihon Spring in the city of David, so the south of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. And it's dated to over 3,000 years old, maybe 3,200, 3,300-year-old inscription here. And I believe it was excavated like 10 years ago or so, I think in 2010. And you see that it has a certain rectangular shape. This is, public domain images here, and all sorts of little scratches, little lines, vertical, diagonal lines, pretty damaged if this is if this is indeed a message. But what we're going to see is Professor Gershon Galil's interpretation of that inscription, and that's what you're seeing here. And this is his drawing. Now, of course, Professor Galil has inspected this firsthand, where all I have is this little photograph. But I'm telling you, it's pretty stretch. It's a pretty big stretch in my view to see all these letters that you see here. Well, there's only a few letters represented in Galil's reconstruction, and I'll just point them out to you here. The one that looks like this here, this is an aleph. So it's kind of, I'm using a different way of making it just to outline it. It's kind of an ox head, right? It's an idealized ox head, which is the character for aleph, of course. Here's a giant one here. You could say it looks like a giant bunny rabbit head. But the claim is this is the letter aleph that he sees here. And then if I pick a different color, if I use red for aleph, there's a resh. And the resh kind of looks like this square-shaped lollipop. It's like a diamond with a tail here. And he says that's a letter resh. We have one that has a hook at the, or looks like a wooden spoon here. I should do that in a different color. Let me do that in green. And I believe he's suggesting this is a waw or a vav. So the resh and the vavs look very close if I'm tracking his reconstruction here accurately. So the W sound, which in this case is actually an oo sound, as we'll see according to his reconstruction, would be a vertical line with a circle. The resh, so the R sound, would be the diamond with a vertical line. And then in the red is the aleph, which kind of looks like this. And that is kind of an A sound, I guess, for this. And the claim is that the word is arur, aleph, resh, vav, resh. Arur, which means cursed. Arur, this is what the Lord says to the serpent. This is what the Lord says to Cain, that the ground is arur. You are arur from the earth, the Lord says to Cain in Genesis 4. And that oo, so arur is that oo sound, arur, made with the vav. But you notice the letters are all over the place here. Oops, I realized I wasn't showing you that. That's what I meant to show you, right up there at the top. So over here we have the aleph, supposedly. Here we have the resh, and here we have the vav, or the w sound. And the claim is it spells arur, but you can see these letters are all over the place here. Also intriguing is this claim about the middle. So I'm going to zoom in here and I'll show you. So there's this letter, which is taken to be a letter seen, and then a resh, so the diamond with the handle. Then we have this character, looks like a dude, right? It's a stick figure with his arms like this. That's said to be the letter hey. Then we have a circle, which is an ayin, and then we have another resh, diamond with a little handle. So that's Professor Galil's reconstruction. And if I wrote that in Hebrew, it would be, let me erase this up here. I'll get it on the screen this time. So Galil's claim is this is seen, resh. So we would have a diacritical mark up on the left to say sar. That means governor. And then the hey, he says, is hey, ayin. And then normally in Hebrew, we would have the letter yod here, and then a resh. Ir, sar ha'ir. Sar ha'ir, which would mean governor of the city. Sar ha'ir in Hebrew, I think that would be a kamatz, and then a hirik, ha'ir. But here we have it spelled what we call defectively, ha'ir, governor of the city. That's the claim here. And then finally, we have two other letters, which I'll represent in, let's see here, pink, is down here to the lower right. You see all these crosses and letter M's. Well, that's exactly what this is. This is a mem. See all these? Mem. Again, this is what Professor Galil sees here. There's our letter mem. And then I'll do a letter purple for the tabs. So these are all the letter tabs. Oh, I forgot a mem there. I'll have to come back and get that one. See all these? These are all letter tabs. It's almost like, it reminds me of a child who's practicing letters and artwork at the same time. Where's the M? Here's another M. And there's one way down here. You can see it continues on. And the claim that Gershon Galil makes is that this says in these letters it would be like this, mut tamut. So reading from right to left, which would be mut. This would be O sound, mut tamut. Again, this without vowels, but it means you will surely die. Mut tamut, literally dying, you will die. So his claim is that it says arur, you cursed, dying you will die, cursed, dying you will die. Sar ha'ir, governor of the city. Well, what's strange is that when you go back here and look at the actual inscription, again, this is just a decent photograph and good lighting, but I think that once this gets investigated in the larger scholarly domain and you get many competent, trained eyes on this inscription, that we're going to have some other views come forth as to what this means. But Gershon Galil in any case, has given his interpretation, as I have tried to outline here. Unique also is this guy here. That's said to be the letter hey, the definite article. And if so, if this is true, this would be, I think they're suggesting the earliest attestation, the earliest inscription that contains the Hebrew definite article, ha, the word the, basically, if this turns out to be true. And what I've done, I looked, like, see this hole here and this, right? I tried to find those here, and you can kind of see here, that means it's somewhere right in here. This little guy, the little supposed letter hey. Well, if I look up here, you know, on this image, I can't see anything that looks anything close to that. As a matter of fact, I can't see anything that looks close to anything other than, I mean, you just see all these angles, right? You know, there's all sorts of angles. And so how these are differentiated one from another, I don't know. And of course, seeing it in really good lighting, in different lighting, up close, the actual artifact, you would probably be able to see much more than we can see here. But I just wanted to make a short video to point out why this is said to be significant. And Gershon Galil has suggested transcription or transliterations and translations of other questionable ancient inscriptions that have not always stood up to this test of time. So I'm just saying that not because I'm claiming he is wrong in this, but it's just I don't see it. I don't see it. And given the information that's been published, I'm not willing to jump on this bandwagon in terms of affirming the legitimacy of Galil's transcription and translation. It's pretty far-fetched at the surface, and I think once, like I said, competent experts who are trained in Northwest epigraphy and inscriptions, that they will be able to bring a lot more perspective and context, and probably a better transliteration if indeed there is an inscription here for us to look at. Anyway, I've pasted some links to different articles online that you can look at below. All right, shalom.